The man opened the door and was surprised to see sculptures with identical faces of everyone present arranged throughout the room. While everyone else was excited by this strange sight, only the man remained calm. Suddenly, leisurely, the lighting equipment went out, plunging the entire space into darkness. Moments later, the light source restarted, but the brightness was much dimmer than before. Moreover, all the human sculptures had become distorted. At this moment, everyone noticed that the passage to the next level had opened. Those willing to continue the adventure could proceed, while those who were afraid could choose to exit. Among all the damaged sculptures, only the statue of the person who quit the game remained intact. Subsequently, 7 participants entered the second test space. Before everyone had become familiar with the new environment, the lighting was interrupted again. When light returned, a mysterious figure dressed in black was scrutinizing each participant. The mysterious figure then approached Mag and whispered something in his ear. The curly minus-haired man speculated that this must be a member of the show's cast and crew. However, the mysterious figure shoved the curly minus-haired man. The lighting was interrupted once more, and when it was restored, bloodstains had appeared on the walls. Then the blonde girl's companion had vanished. Seeking truth and explanation, the blonde woman decided to quit the game. The curly minus-haired man began to think that all of this was a performance arranged by the show. The others agreed with this explanation and walked straight toward the next level. Zaihucha wanted to know what the mysterious figure had said to Mag. It turned out to be just a seemingly ordinary greeting, welcome back, little live horse. Zaihucha felt frightened by this and wanted to take Mag away, because only Mag's deceased father knew this nickname. To unravel the mystery, Mag decided to continue this adventure. After passing through the revolving door, each person would face their own dedicated test space. Mag found himself facing a long corridor with a mirror standing at the far end. This mirror, though unremarkable, represented Mag's deepest fear. Mag walked forward trembling, only to discover a figure hidden behind the mirror. Seeking answers, Mag closed his eyes, avoided that person, and successfully reached the next level. Pushing open the familiar iron door, Mag entered test room 5-. This was his home. The only difference was a bloated blue figure sitting on the sofa. Before Mag could think further, the television screen began playing scenes of his pastimes with his father. How could these memories buried deep in his heart appear here? At this moment, Mag noticed the telephone in the blue figure's hand. It wanted to dial for emergency help. However, the blue figure shakily stood up, slowly walked toward Mag, and embraced him. Although this gesture seemed harmless, Mag was already terrified. He broke free from the blue figure's embrace and escaped. Before his eyes appeared the scene of a small town minus he had successfully completed the test. Mag encountered Zaihucha, who looked exhausted, having obviously completed his own trial as well. The two then waited in the car for their other companions, but after waiting in vain, they decided to leave first. However, the car wouldn't start, so they had no choice but to walk home. When they reached the town, it was already dawn. The two had talked a great deal along the way, yet neither could remember the previous night's escape room adventure. Zaihucha arrived home first, only to be shocked to discover that his door number had changed to 6. At the same moment, Mag, who lived alone, also noticed something unusual minus his deceased father had somehow reappeared.